Hi everybody and welcome back to Just a Girl and Her Knitting. My name is Heather and I am coming to you from a dreary Monday afternoon in Spokane Valley, Washington. Sorry we missed a video last week. We had a flood in our basement, so we've been dealing with that. We had a company come in to dry everything out, and today they removed drywall, but we have this giant I think it's called an air scrubber, but it's really loud, and I'm hoping you can't hear. I know my heater is on, so you might hear that, but this air scrubber, all you hear is it, and it's just become so annoying, but I know it serves a purpose. But so we're in the process of getting everything dried out, and then we'll start the rebuild process after our flood. What a nightmare, but it is what it is. So anyways, here we go. I don't know why I struggle with this. I always struggle. Hi everybody, my name is Heather and welcome back to Just a Girl and Her Knitting. I am coming to you from a dreary Spokane Valley, Washington. It is raining. I don't know if it's cold outside. I haven't checked the temperature, and I probably won't. I won't go outside today, so I don't have to worry about it. I will take the dog out, but that's it. You can find me on the internet. I will link down below. You can find me on Instagram, Ravelry, Etsy. I'll put my email address down there. I do have an Etsy shop where I crank sock tubes for people. Sorry, my throat is dry. Having the dehumidifier and the air scrubber downstairs has really made my throat hurt and get scratchy. But anyways, that's why we're in a different location today. So because of our basement flooding, we had to move upstairs. So I'm working from my living room. You can see all my plants. Some of them are dead, like this guy right here. He needs to find a new home. Got some baby toys right here. I don't know if you can see it. I'll try to move it. That's where my yarn is kept, right here. So this is my yarn closet in our living room. It has all my yarn, and then down below there's yarn. You can see my nitty natty. I don't know, I did nitty naughty. But yeah, so those are the top one is fiber, and then each of these baskets have labels, so fingering weight, bulky weight, different stuff like that. All of the baby toys are right there. She's asleep in my lap right now because trying to take her downstairs for nap time has become a challenge and a half, because as soon as I start down the stairs, she wakes up because of the noise of the air scrubber. So we're just napping upstairs today. Anyways, so welcome to the living room, the mess that it is. So, all right, let's get started. Did I say you can find me on the internet, Etsy, email, Instagram, Ravelry? I have a sock cranking tubes cranking service on Etsy that I crank sock tubes for people using my circular sock knitting machine. I have an Erlbacher. I also have a few Patton's Croy sock tubes pre-cranked for people if they so fancy to purchase those. You don't have to, obviously, but I have them on there because I had so much extra patterns that I was like, I've already knit everybody the yarn, the colors that I have, so I decided to just pass it along to other people if they so fancy it. But I guess let's get started. Let's jump right in. I have one finished object, one finished spin, and 3 works in progress that I'm going to share with you. I did work on my test knit sweater, the pink and gray one. I got the sleeves marked, and then I'm going to hopefully pick it back up here soon. I have to have quiet time, and I have to have, because I have to take stitches off of the needles and put them on cords, but I have to do it 4 times, so 2 on the body, or 1 on the body, 1 on the sleeve, 1 on the body, 1 on the sleeve. And so I'm still not ready for that, but I did mark what I needed to mark. So anyways, let's get in. Let's jump right into the finished objects. It's not anything over the top. It's a dishcloth. So we have a knit dishcloth. It is knit on the bias. I did change up my increases this time around. I decided to opt for a make one right. So cast on 3 stitches, knit a row, knit one, make one right, knit across. You turn your work, knit one, make one right, knit across to 43 stitches. And then at 43 I start decreasing, and on this one I did a knit one SSK for the decreases. I don't know, you can't really tell. It came out pretty even. It is a little wonky, but that's just how these dishcloths come out. You could block it, but I don't really care. I'm gonna weave in ends. I'm gonna put them all together, and then I'm gonna give them away. They get used for washing dishes, so you know, it's not that they don't have to be perfect. I used Knit Picks Dishie worsted weight in the jalapeño colorway, and then this is how much I have left. This is my little tiny ball. I think it's about 5 grams. I'm gonna put it away for my little, I think I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna make the blanket for out at the lake for laying out on the sand, or the whatever we call it, whatever we're taking it to. If we go watch fireworks or something at the Grand Coulee, I can take it eventually and lay it out so we're not using our good quilts and stuff. But so my one and only finished knitted object. So my next finished object is a spin. I started it on February 4th. It's from Pacas West. I got the fiber when we were in Ritzville in May of 2024. We were on our way to Oregon with my in-laws, so we stopped because it's literally on our way. We drive down the freeway and there's Ritzville, so we stopped, and then at Ritzville we turned to go down to Pass, going on to Oregon. So we stopped there. It's 3 ounces of 20% red bamboo and 80% alpaca, and then I plied it with 3 ounces of 100% alpaca. I finished it on February 12th, and it's approximately 387 yards of a sport weight. I haven't fully measured it, but here it is. It's so soft. I'll need to look and see what I'm gonna make with it. You can see the 2 different colors. It was a cream with red and then a gray. But here it is. You can see the halo a little bit. I am gonna cake it up, and I'm going to use, you can see the different, I hope. There's some red. Oh wait, wrong side. See if it's gonna focus. Focus, focus, focus. It's probably not gonna focus. I don't know if I can get it to focus. Oh, here, you can kind of. There we go, you can kind of see it. I'm gonna put it on my Swift, and I have a yardage counter from Dreaming Robots. Then I'm going to, when I kick it up, I'll count the yards exactly to see what it came in at. But I have a 3-yard nitty knotty, which is right there, and I counted the wraps and times it by 3, so that's where I got my number from. So I have almost 400 yards. I need to find a pattern to knit. I don't know if I'm gonna knit a shawl, a scarf, a hat, I'm not sure. But it's gonna be for my mother-in-law, I think. So those are my 2 finished objects. I would have had another finished object, except don't ask me what I did. But let's jump into whips. So for my first whip, no surprise here, another dishcloth. This one's out of the Knit Picks Dishie multi, and the colorway is Goldfish. This is knit, the other one and this one is knit on my Chalgu bamboo knitting needles, and it's set US size 7 4.25 millimeter. I prefer bamboo for cotton. It just feels better on my hands, but again, knit on the bias, cast on 3 stitches, knit a row, and then start increasing on one side until you get to 43 or your desired stitch count, and then you start decreasing. So super easy, very mindless, great for if you're watching TV or you just want something quick. I can usually knit one in about an hour. I do take it in the car quite a bit. If we're just going somewhere really fast and I need something to knit, I try to keep one handy so I can just grab it and go. But that's finished object number 1. Finished object, no, not finished, whip. Whip number 1. Whip number 2 is a test set for Nancy. The pattern releases today. It is the collection of, today or tomorrow, the collection of columns 2. I did not finish mine. I finished one sock, which it's down. Oh no, I have it here. I don't have sock blockers, however. So here's the finished sock. And on the back, which I can take my stitch markers off, it has a little column of lace stitches. It's very delicate, but this is my sock mullet of sorts. So my mother-in-law likes pattern socks, but she doesn't like the pattern so much on the foot. And so I just put it on the back, and she prefers shorty socks. So these are gonna be for her. This is knit out of two yarns. I'm using for the gray, it's Barocco Comfort Sock, 50% superfine nylon and 50% acrylic, and the colorway is gray. The color is actually 1770, but I just call it gray, and it's right here. And then the main color is Perfect Pear. It's a Michaels yarn, or it was a Michaels yarn, and the colorway Better Days. And it is a 30% alpaca, 23% viscose from bamboo, and 7% polyester. I have the cuff, the heel, and I've finished all my decreases, and now I'm just knitting through the foot. So I have, they're almost matching, so I'm here currently. So I just have this much, and then the toe, and then I'll be done. And these will be for her for probably her birthday, and then probably Mother's Day, and then the other pair I think I'll do for her birthday. I don't know yet. I don't know, but I really need to figure out what I'm doing, because her birthday's in April and Mother's Day is in May, so I really need to decide which pair I'm doing. The other pair is like a DK weight sock, so it wouldn't take me very long. It's already cranked into tubes. I'll bring that up one of these days, or I'll bring it the next time once these are finished, or maybe I'll just bring them and show them. But anyways, so I'm knitting the foot of this on a 2.25 millimeter 9-inch circular. It's a US size 1, and then my Chalgu tiny circs. So one of my favorite ways to knit socks is on a tiny circular, and then I have a needle for magic loop for the heel gusset and then the toe, and this is a rounded toe, Nancy's rounded toe. I think it was rounded, I don't know. It doesn't look very round. It might still be rounded, I don't know, but so I'm about here on the second sock. So not very much more knitting, not much more knitting to go. And it's in my Delique little snap bag that I got for Christmas. I really enjoy this bag, it's super fun. So my next whip is living in this bag right here. it's not a knitting bag or anything. It was a bag we got with one of the baby's presents in it from her birthday. A friend, that's what she wrapped it in, and I claimed it as a knitting bag. So my next whip, I did cast on something new. I was on Instagram, as you do, and Alicia Plummer had put out a testing call for her newest sweater pattern. It's a, she doesn't have a name for it yet, but it's going to be a super bulky raglan. And I've been looking for an easy to care for sweater that's super warm and I can just throw on. I don't know if you can, I don't know if it's here. I have, oh nope, it's not, I guess. Oh, it fell down. So it's right here. I had this cardigan that I knit a couple summers ago, and it's, if I can remember the pattern, I'll insert it. I don't think I have pictures of it, but it's a super bulky, I think it's the Gramps cardigan by Tin Can Knits. No, it's not. It's a Hohi Locatelli pattern. I'll see if I can find it and insert it. But I knit it. It's super warm. It's super fuzzy. It's made out of a yarn from Joann's. I got it for $1 a skein, and I bought everything that they had in this pink color. I would go get it, but the baby's sleeping in all up. And so it cost me like $13 to knit this sweater. But it sheds really badly, and so it bothers me a little bit. So I was looking for something to kind of replace that. I still wear it a lot, usually sits on the back of my chair, but now I was looking for something that I could pull on. So anyways, Alicia Plummer posted a testing call for her super bulky raglan sweater, and I applied and I got accepted. So the yarn I'm using is Woolies Thick and Quick. This is their super bulky one, so number 6. It's 5 ounces, 140 grams, 87 yards or 80 meters, and then it's in the colorway Harvest. So I bought, because I didn't have any super bulky yarn in a sweater's quantity, I bought 11 skeins. I got it on sale. It cost me $77 because I purchased online because they had an online only discount, and then I picked it up in the store. So I saved some money. So here it is. We are going to try and, so disclaimer, I've already finished this sweater one time. I was knitting it on Super Bowl Sunday, finished the whole body, started on the legs, finished the neckline, tried it on, and I don't know what went wrong. I got gauge on a flat and in the round, and then all of a sudden my gauge was not in at all. Something went awry. So I ripped it out. I re-gauge swatch, and I don't normally gauge swatch. Usually my knitting is my gauge swatch, and I'm like, what is going on? So after changing needle types, needle sizes, I still wasn't able to get the gauge, even though I had gauge. So I did some math, and I'm back on track. So I'm using, like I said, Lion Brand Thick and Quick. It knits up on a US size 15 needle. I'm using my bamboo clovers. I've had these for years. My very first pair of interchangeable needles that I bought. But here we are. Let me, sorry, she's going back to sleep. But here we are. So I don't know if you can see it all. I'm on the body right now, but I'm alternating skeins, so I'm helical knitting. I'm knitting what will be the size 7. So it's a the size 6, the 52.25 inch bust. It calls for 6 to 8 inches of positive ease. I'm a 46-inch bust. It'll give me about 5, but I think when I steam it, it'll block out bigger. But here we are. I am at 6 inches on the body, so I only have a couple more inches to go, then I can start the ribbing, but it's fun so far. I literally had it done once, but here we are again. So with this pattern, it's not yet named, but she'll have it named. It's super easy and cool because you start out flat and there's no short rows. It's the only bit I'm going to tell you, but it's been so much fun. So once I finish the body, then I can pick up the neckline, work on the sleeves, and I'll be done. I'm hoping that I'll have it done this week, so we'll see. It's a super fast knit. It's US size 15s. Like, we're talking about jumbo needles, so it goes quickly. But after knitting it one time, I'm on my second time, I got a little discouraged, and then I was telling my husband I came up for my big ball winder because I have a wooden one that's huge, kicks up really big balls, and he was up here playing video games since everything, the flood, and we moved upstairs. We're sharing a desk, so his gaming monitor is on my desk. But I came up to get my ball winder, and he was like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I need my big ball winder." And he goes, "Why?" And I said, "Oh, I have to rip out my sweater." He goes, "Why?" And I told him, I said, "Well, I tried on my sweater." So I tried it on before, like I said. And I was like, "Oh, it's okay. I like oversized. It'll be fine." And then I looked in the mirror, and the raglan increases went down to like where my hip is. And I thought, maybe I just have a really small torso, a short torso. Maybe, like, I can't be off this much. Oh, I was off. And I can typically match the designer's gauge in patterns. It's very rare that I have to change needle size. Usually I'll change, except for the last sweater I'm knitting. I didn't get the needle size of the designer either, or the gauge of the designer either. And I tried different needles. I usually will switch my needle type. So I'll either use bamboo or I'll use metal, depending on the material, and that will determine my gauge. Sometimes I can get gauge with one type of needle or the other type, or vice versa. Anyways, I was off. I told my husband, I said, "You can wear this sweater and it'll still be big on you." He wears a 3XL tee, so he's not a tiny guy. And I was just like, I don't know what I did. So I ripped it out, and I thought, well, can I fudge it to the beginning? And I was like, you know what? It didn't take me long. I cast on last Thursday, and on Sunday I had it finished. So I had the body finished, and it's on the sleeves. It's like, so it didn't take me very long. So I went ahead and ripped it out. But I was just like, he's like, "Well, you know, at least it didn't take you a year and then you had to rip it out." So I was knitting his Christmas sweater, the festive yoke sweater by Skein-Deer, and I knit it on fingering weight yarn. It's a sport weight pattern because he runs really hot. So I knit that on fingering weight, did some adjusting, and I tried it on him. I had gotten I got past the sleeve separation and probably 4 inches into the body, and I tried it on him, and I didn't like the way it fit. So I ripped it out to the yoke, and then I just kept increasing and then went from there. He's like, "Well, at least it wasn't like my sweater that you ripped out after a year of knitting it." I'm like, yeah. So anyways, so needless to say, we are back on track with that sweater. This test knit, I'm really excited to have it. I think I'm going to enjoy it. It has a long neck. I don't know if I'm going to like that. I'll knit it to pattern, and then if I don't, I'll just take it out later. But so that's a whip. My next spinning whip that I'm working on is, so I'm going to insert the photo here. I don't know colors. I don't know what type of yarn or wool it is or fiber it is, but I'm just going to spin it as a 3-ply. I got multiple suggestions on which one to ply with. I'm a little hesitant because it's like a pink and yellow, a dark pink and yellow, and then a purple and gray. I don't know how it's going to work, but we're going to try it. My go-to when I'm doing spinning, it's always going to be gray or white to ply with. And the suggestion was try something different. Try something that's not quite. So we'll see how it turns out. But like I said, I just started spinning it last night. Hopefully next week I will have at least one bobbin full, and then I can remember to bring them up. I didn't know if I was going to be able to get a video done today, but we'll insert that. Let's see, what else do we talk about? I technically broke my no yarn buying. I bought all that Lion Brand Thick and Quick, but hopefully I'll have it all used up. We'll see how much I use. If not, whatever is left, we'll go to my mother-in-law's and she can weave some yarn or some scarves out of it. We bought her a big jumbo reed for her loom, and so she can weave jumbo yarn on it, and it goes really fast. I don't know if she needs another bigger one. We'll have to go creeping on Saturday because I think we'll be over there on this weekend. I have to go see what reed she has so we can order her another one for her birthday, because she really enjoys it. She was sad she didn't have anything on her loom, and we went for dinner on Valentine's Day. We went and had dinner with them. We had to wash laundry since our washing machine's out of commission, hence with the flood. Hopefully we'll be able to hook it back up today. We'll see. But because you guys want to know about my washing machine issue. Anyways, we went over for Valentine's Day because we had to wash diapers. So we do cloth diapers for the baby. And she puts her loom behind the kitchen chairs when the kids are over, and the little kids. And so I moved it out and put it in the living room, and I was cleaning up. The baby has a whole bunch of toys there. I was cleaning everything up, and I was getting ready to move her loom. She's like, no, you can leave that out. I'm gonna go put it on the dinner table, and I'm gonna warp it so that I have something to do. She is like, I was like, are you having withdrawals? She's like, yes, absolutely. I need to put something on it, and I need to weave. And I'm like, okay, do you want me to go put it on the table for you? Like, I don't mind. I'm right here. Tell me how to take it off the stand. I don't know. I put it together for her. I don't know how it works. I watch YouTube videos because when I warped it the very first time for her, and then she wove a scarf, and then when it came time to do it again, I was home working, so she messaged me. She's like, how do I do this? And I said, I don't know. Weren't you paying attention? She's like, no. It's like, here, watch these videos. This is how I did it. So my brother-in-law, who lives at home, was like, how do I do this? She's asking me questions. I'm like, go watch these videos. This is how I learned how to do it. Watch these videos. So he went and watched the videos, and he helped. And I would get picture after picture and be like, is this right? Is this right? Well, now she's a pro. Like, we were over there one day, and she was warping her loom. It took her 5 minutes to warp it, to get it warped and threaded through the reeds. I'm like, that's so fast. She goes, I've done it a lot now. I've done it a lot. I have gotten so much faster. I'm like, well, yes, you have. That is amazing. So I kind of want to give this to her to weave, but she can, if I do, she has to keep it for herself. She's not allowed to give it away. Because I spun this yarn specifically for something for her. I'll ask her how much it takes. I think it takes about 220 yards. But I'll ask her. I'll ask her about it. But I think that would be cool too, to see it woven up into a scarf. But anyways, I went off on a whole new. But anyways, This is like my week. I have been so out of sorts with everything not being the way it's supposed to be. Maybe it's been 2 weeks. When did my husband get home? Because he was out of town. Has it been 1 week? This Thursday's 2 weeks? Anyways, he got home on a Wednesday. He got home that Wednesday. I posted my after dark video because, you know, the baby was sleeping and I was podcasting downstairs. He came home that night. Then the next night, the basement flooded. So whenever that video was. And then I didn't do a video last week because of the sound and everything just being crazy. Yeah, I think that's about right. So anyways, I don't know, I've been rambling now. I hope you guys have a great week, a great weekend. Enjoy your knitting, enjoy your crafting, whatever it may be, whatever projects you have going on, whatever inspiration strikes. I will leave you guys with that. I know that I rambled about nothing for now. I don't know. I've been doing this for 31 minutes. So I will talk to you guys later. I hope you have a great week, great weekend, a great winter. Hopefully it's not too cold where you live or too hot if you're in a different hemisphere. I don't think my dog's gonna want to go outside because she doesn't like the rain. But yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.